Teverun Blade Q Pro review, starting now. Teverun is a Chinese scooter company that was founded back in 2017. And today we are looking at one of their entry-level offerings, the Blade Q Pro. But make no mistake, even though it's priced at just $800 US, this scooter means business. The first way this scooter demonstrates its seriousness is through its power. Most offerings in this price get you a dinky little single motor, but the Blade Q Pro has dual 350 watt motors powered with sine wave controllers that get you up to speed in a hurry. Let's give it a try.
All right, full battery, sport mode, and dual motor. Starting now. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38. Not moving past 38.
The other benefit to dual motors, besides happy acceleration, is hill climbing performance. Unfortunately, I recently moved to a rather flat place, but did manage to find a fairly long hill with a 19% grade. This little guy climbed it like it was nothing, and accelerated to about 20 kilometers an hour near the top. The second feature is its full front and rear coil suspension, providing an impressive amount of travel. Bumps and road imperfections are no longer felt in your spine. It's seriously comfortable. I even tried some proper off-roading, which I usually wouldn't attempt with a scooter in this category, but its high clearance allowed it to handle large tree roots without any issues. However, gear enthusiasts might be disappointed by the lack of suspension adjustability. Despite being slightly bouncy, I found the suspension setup adequate for my 180-pound weight, and overall, considering its price, there's little to complain about. Braking on this machine is achieved through the front and rear mechanical brakes that deliver responsive stopping power. They are in fact so responsive that I found it difficult to apply that perfect amount of braking to maintain your speed while going downhill. They always wanted to slow me down just a little more than I wanted. Now, I have read through every word of the manual and cannot seem to provide you with any information about regenerative braking specifications, settings, or even the word regenerative. I deeply apologize, so hopefully a Blade Q Pro owner out there in the comments can chime in. Another excellent, yet less sexy feature is the waterproofing. You get an IPX6 rating, which means you should have zero problems riding this thing in the rain, or through puddles for that matter. I spoke to Super Scoots about this and they have had very few water issues, even with the older IPX5 rated scooters. Where the scooter does start to reveal its inexpensiveness is with its battery, which happens to be a 36 volt 15 amp hour pack, which equates to around 540 watt hours. And although it does have a smart battery management system, it is unfortunately not accessible to the user. During my range test, I was able to get 24 GPS kilometers, cruising at around 25 kilometers an hour most of the time, which actually puts it 4 kilometers ahead of the InMotion Climber, a scooter with similar specs and price. Unfortunately, the scooter started losing noticeable amounts of power around the 17 kilometer mark and kept tapering from there, so if you keep your rides under that, you'll have plenty of power. The included charger is a bit small for my taste. According to my calculations, charging from dead will take around 9 hours, meaning charging breaks will be much longer than just a quick lunch. The Blade Q Pro isn't just a powerhouse in terms of specs, it also boasts a larger frame for its price. At around 52 pounds though, carrying it up and down stairs might become cumbersome if you find yourself doing that often. The folding mechanism is dead simple and can be achieved one-handed. There's also a locking lever so you don't accidentally turn your scooter into a skateboard. My one gripe is the absence of a bumper under the deck when folded. This means the screw heads could potentially scratch surfaces or damage themselves if they come into contact with the ground. The kickstand is sturdy, but I find it a bit too short and it lacks adjustability. It holds the scooter at quite a steep angle, which caused it to fall over once when parked on a gravel trail. Fortunately, I caught it before the damage occurred, but here lies my concern. The deck is also quite chonky, measuring around 7 by 17 inches in usable dimensions. I had no problem adjusting my feet to the perfect spot with size 10 shoes. Additionally, the stem is height adjustable, so finding that ideal height shouldn't be a problem either. The stability of this scooter feels solid, likely due to its large handlebars and the 8.5-inch air-filled tires. I didn't notice any unusual behavior, even when riding up to its maximum speed. For lighting, the Blade Q Pro is equipped with a headlight, tail light, and front and rear blinkers which are encased into the deck. The blinkers are easily controlled with your left thumb, just like a motorcycle, and do a fairly good job of displaying your turning intentions to anyone around you. As for the headlight, it's also activated with your left thumb, which is also connected to the rear running light for added visibility. I tested it in my garage and I can safely say this headlight is for being seen, not to see. It's very dim with a rather narrow beam pattern. Here it is next to my veteran Sherman EUC, and it's not even a competition. So I would highly recommend purchasing an auxiliary light if you plan on riding in the dark. There's also a horn, which gives off just the right amount of noise in my opinion. Connectivity on this scooter is done by ways of the display because there is no app. Now I understand they were building this scooter to a price, but it's 2024 and I'm sure adding a Bluetooth radio can't be that expensive. The good news is the display is actually quite nice. It has a built-in fob reader which is required to activate the scooter, and it's rich in contrast, color, and features all the information a rider might need at a glance. Tapping the plus or minus buttons when riding changes the ride mode, and tapping either of the brake levers will engage the motors. Pretty much the rest of the scooter settings are done through accessing the program modes on the display. I referenced the user manual provided on the Teverun website, but for some reason the program codes in the manual did not correspond to the program modes on the scooter. I chatted with Super Scoots about this, and there is a new updated manual coming soon. The issue could have been easily avoided though if they had just added app functionality. Changing a setting in an app is much simpler than dealing with program codes. One downside to the display is even with the brightness cranked, I wasn't able to read it in sunny conditions, which is definitely a bit of a letdown. Oh, one more thing. This little display shows your current battery voltage, and the two buttons here are for switching between single and dual motor mode, as well as enabling or disabling eco mode. Overall, this scooter is a knockout when it comes to comfort and power for its price. Is it perfect? No. But if your budget is well under $1,000 and you prioritize comfort and power over portability and range, then I would seriously put this on your shortlist. I'd like to thank Super Scoots for lending me this wheel for testing purposes. And if you want to buy a scooter like this, make sure you head over to Super Scoots, and for the year of 2024, you can use my coupon code LandoCycle at checkout. So click the link below. Even if it's not 2024, the link will still work below. Anyways, thanks for watching to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more Lando Psycho goodness, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Peace.